everybody, Cinema Buffs here. We wanted to bring you a review of Jackie this weekend, but unfortunately we couldn't get into an early screening. And we never want to leave you without a review, so we literally picked all the Amazon Prime movies out of the hat, and we landed on The Neon Demon.
That's right. So The Neon Demon is a visually stunning movie starring Elle Fanning as a upcoming model. She's very, very young that moves to LA, and as she gets more famous, more of her problems start to come about and a lot of weird stuff happens.
Indeed, weird things do happen in this movie. And also just with this, being a very visually rich movie, it's something to expect out of the film's director, Nicholas Winding Refn. He directed Drive, Only God Forgives, Valhalla Rising, Bronson. He's got a ton of movies, very visually rich. So let's just get right into Nicholas Winding Refn's direction style with this one. What did you think of his direction?
I mean, this is a beautifully shot movie, and that is, I would say, attributed to the colors. Like, it's just so many different contrasting colors on frame going on. His use of mirrors, his use of framing, and just really the silence and the eeriness of it. I really do enjoy this director's style, especially in Drive. Was easily my favorite of his work. Only God Forgives got a little too contrived and a little too interpretive, and I think that this movie sort of falls right in between the two.
His visual style is definitely prevalent throughout. I mean, this movie is called The Neon Demon. Lots of neon lighting and just like there's this great scene where they're watching the show and there's a strobe light and it shows the characters' reactions under the strobe light, and I thought that was really cool.
It really was.
And yes, also there's also these long moments of just silence throughout the movie. No dialogue, and even sometimes when there is dialogue, it's inaudible.
It's really like sometimes even people take 3 seconds to respond.
Yeah.
And they're very just like stoic and very bizarre.
And it's and I think that's a good contrast to like all these, rich visuals, bright colors and everything. You got just like these muted people, these, just kind of droll, weird personalities.
If you know Drive, if you know Only God Forgives, you know this type of pacing. It is a slower movie. It is a quieter movie. It is very interpretive and very visually appealing, but for some people it might come off as a little too slow, I would say, pacing-wise. For me, I felt like it moved right along, but I felt like I was hitting the ending and then it kept going. And then I was hitting the ending and then it kept going. I was never sure when it was going to end.
Right, and then when it ends, it just kind of ends. This was a very female-dominant cast.
Yeah.
And I think that, of course, they're all models. Of course, these girls are all great looking. But what do you think about the actual acting of this movie?
I thought Elle Fanning did a really good job. This is a breakthrough performance in a way. I mean, it is a little bit of a, underground movie. Not a lot of people know about it. But this was a way for her to come out of her shell and actually do an adult movie. This is a very adult role. This is some weird stuff. For sure. Yeah. And I think she holds it together. It was a little subdued. I was waiting for her to really just sort of explode and come out with this sort of performance or maybe a scene where it really grips you, but she keeps it pretty slight through the whole thing. And she's very calm. What I liked about her character is that she was very aware of what she was to everybody else. And she tells you, she's just like, I know the effect I have. And she knows the power that she holds with that effect.
She definitely has this bravado to her where she's aware of the effect that her beauty has on people, and it's prevalent throughout this whole movie. It's just like she's that person, she walks in, she stops the room and everything. Yeah. Everybody stops and stares. And I think that she becomes more aware of that. I think that she stops caring about, her inside, who she is as a person, because she's beautiful enough, she's up to everybody's standards. And I think that the performance really showed that, because in the beginning she was like, this wide-eyed girl, just from, they don't say where she's from, but you gotta assume, middle of nowhere America, coming out to LA to become a model.
And they use that deer in headlights, like they look for that. The deer in headlights, like, don't worry, they like that.
Yeah. And then she just becomes a little bit more sinister as the movie progresses. And I think that she did a fantastic job. And also I really like Jenna Malone in this one as well.
Yeah.
As the makeup artist, like best friend kind of confidant character. And there is a scene with her where it's just like this. Basically, this whole movie is about how everybody becomes consumed with Elle Fanning's beauty.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where Gina Malone becomes consumed with it as well. And the way the scene plays out, it's kind of heartbreaking, because I'd say if anybody really empathize with this, it's kind of Gina Malone.
Yeah, a little bit.
She's not the nasty person who's just like immediately jealous of Elle Fanning's beauty.
There's a bathroom scene where they're talking and sort of getting to know each other. I feel like that really has this stark contrast. There's a lot of use of mirrors in that scene as well of who Elle Fanning's character is and who these people that have been doing this for a long time are, and like the actual difference, and shows you what she may transform into in the end. Keanu Reeves, real quick, what do you think?
Yeah, he was kind of playing like a little creeper asshole kind of role, but I mean, it's Keanu Reeves. You gotta love him, and even when he's in the movie like this for 5 minutes and he's got like an antagonist kind of role, you still gotta love him.
Yeah, it's true. And like even when you see a silhouette of his character for a little while, and then when he opens the door and you see Keanu Reeves, he still has that star power. You're like, oh, cool, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, what a cool intro for him.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's super cool.
No, it's just these women just become so devoured by jealousy, and just envy of Elle Fanning, just not only like, I mean, yes, they tell her like, yeah, she's beautiful, she's perfect, and everything like that. They're willing to admit it. Yeah. But when it's of the opinions of people that they really care about, the photographers, the fashion designers,
that's
everything like that. Yeah, and it really shows that they don't care what they think, even though they agree with these people. They care what other people think. Yeah. And the whole concept of perception, I think that's prevalent throughout this movie.
Totally. And I think the consumption of beauty and how it's considered in some people's eyes to be everything. Like it is all consuming. And
yeah, there's a moment where a guy says, beauty isn't everything, it's the only thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the mentality of everybody in this movie.
Very much so. And there's a lot of those lines where it's just like, wow, what a cool line. There's another one where she said, I don't want to be them, they want to be me. And that's how she is this light up a room beauty, and that's because she's completely all natural. All these girls are struggling constantly to fix themselves, plastic surgery, tucks and lifts and yada yada, but she needs nothing. Like, she is just naturally beauty, and it's a overtaking of jealousy, but it's a little bit deeper than that once we get to the halfway point.
Yes, this is very art house film, and that's once again something to be expected with Nicholas Winding Refn. I will say that yes, when it comes to his visual style like this, the visuals never fall short. No. But sometimes I think his structure and his pacing does. Yeah. And I think that's one of the big knocks I have on this movie.
I think so too. I think it's very easy to understand up until the halfway point, and then it gets pretty obscure. And you're just like, okay, it's sort of staring off track here, and it's harder to follow, I think. I mean, up until that, I was really engaged, and then after that, I was sort of just like, they're not going to pay off. I knew it right away. I was like, they're not going to pay this off. It's going to cut off. It's going to be like, what do you think, the audience? And you have to sort of determine for yourself.
Buffs. All right, Nate, so we gave our thoughts on this movie. Why don't you go ahead and put a number on it and score it?
Okay. I mean, after talking about this movie for as long as we have, we never really answered the question, is it good? Is this movie a good movie? And yes, this movie is a good movie. It's not for everybody, though, and it is slower. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. I will recommend it, but not to certain people.
Yeah. It's definitely an acquired taste. You have to have a desire for like these, visually rich movies. I mean, if you're looking for a straight up story, running you through the whole through line, this isn't the movie for you. No. But yes, I think there is enough here to warrant a watch. And it's, if you have Amazon Prime, go ahead, check this movie out. I think it's definitely worth the view. I'm just going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go with a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but still passable.
No, definitely, yeah. I mean, check it out. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a bad movie? Definitely not. But it's a good movie worth checking out. But once again, not for everyone.
Buffs. All right, so that's our review of The Neon Demon. Did you guys see it? What did you think? Leave all your comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate all the support.
That's right. Be sure to join us this coming Wednesday as I bring you the next edition of my holiday movie reviews as I review Gremlins.
Classic.
And join us next Friday as we bring you the new holiday movie, Office Christmas Party. Yeah. But before we leave you, as promised, we're going to announce the winner of the $25 Amazon gift card exclusively to our subscribers. And the winner is John Cook. Congratulations, sir. We'll be getting in contact with you and send that gift card to you ASAP. Yep. And we will have more contests and giveaways throughout the holiday season. So go ahead, click that subscribe button for your chance to win. And don't forget,
there's no place like the theater. Hey everyone, Nate from Cinema Buffs. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So click that subscribe button and become a cinema buff, and you can catch all of our videos as they're released. So thanks again for watching, and remember, there's no place like the